Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome to Cosa Nostra Radio. We're a family of poets from around the world who love to get together and share our love for verse. All are welcome here. The call-in number is 929 477 3951. 929 477 3951. Of course, we ask that you be respectful and cordial to all guests and poets. Let everyone speak, and please don't interrupt. Everyone will get a chance to speak. We treat others here the way that we would expect to be treated. Also, I'd like to mention that all the views and opinions of the guests on the show are reflective of the ownership and management of the Cosa Nostra Radio and are of their own free will. We all believe in freedom of speech and respect for all people. Feedback and conversation are encouraged. Thank you for joining us and enjoy this La Cosa Nostra program.
Hello. This is Razz. Assuming you weren't haunted from your previous home, like in the B-rated movies, a large part of the general population is blacklisted into silent nights due to a Chinese or Russian cyber attack of the old spirits of 1898. High-cost rentals from Vanguard. You may be hearing this presentation live or replay on Public Poetry. We are all survivors like the Gloria Gaynor song gaining new momentum for Manic Monday Bad Hair Days of either the COVID-19 virus, horror stories of the vaccination, genetically modified material, and Netflix wanting to bring in commercials to their ad-free programs, what could be seen as micro squiggles, learn the Autobot calls off window screens to gather tonight in the spirit of the arts and engage in exploring the depths of writing. Ladies and gentlemen, pick up the periscope glasses and think up black hats and welcome to Public Poetry. I'd like to introduce my co-host, Boo. Hello.
Yeah. Hi. How are you? Oh my God! I hope that whole conversation.
Wow, I tried a whole monologue again. Yes. How you doing, Boo?
Oh my God! I hope that you didn't hear what I was talking about. It was kind of crazy. How are you, my razzle dazzle?
Very good. I hear you've been overworking to death lately.
Yeah. I liked your monologue, Raz. People don't know how much fun you are, Raz. That's a shame, in my opinion.
What people don't know really can't hurt them, so that keeps us all safe.
Yeah. Well,
we have a couple of other callers on the line. There's Raconteur called in first, before the host.
What's up, Raz?
We know Rack's a lot of fun.
Raz Carson. Love the monologue, dude.
Yeah, as soon as I get out of the Sully.
How clever and techy he is.
Raz Letterman, there you go. It's Raz Letterman.
Yeah, there you go, Raz.
Closest I am to Letterman, I think, is the boxes. But thanks anyways, Rack. There's another caller, also in the studio, frequent panelist, this be Liquid.
Hey, Raz. Nice monologue.
Hey,
hi, Boo. Hi, Rack.
Hey.
I'm sitting out here on my patio in the sun, and it's 60 degrees, and you can't tell if you're getting a suntan or not. But it's sunny and
that's the worst thing.
It's the best. It's so beautiful today.
UV rays.
Yeah, I always stay out for a little while.
It's all possible there in Alaska.
You burn really quick.
You gotta be careful. Yeah.
What's Irish and stays out all night?
What's that?
What's Irish and stays out all night?
I don't know. What is Irish and stays out all night?
Patio furniture.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh,
very cute.
St. Patrick will
very
be dying
cute.
in his grave now. All right, and we have one more caller. Hello?
Hey there. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Who is it?
Oh, I'm not talking.
Hello?
What's on the line?
Irish.
Irish,
hey.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's Irish.
Hey, Irish.
Hey, how are you?
Speaking of patio furniture.
Yeah, how about that?
Hey, Irish.
Thank you. Hey there, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Good, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
We're getting extra lucky with you here. Glad you can make it to the show, Irish. So, ladies
Thank you.
and gentlemen, should we get into this poetry recital?
No, not yet.
First one. Or do you have anything else you want to say to each other before we go on to the poems?
Yeah, I just want to say I can't stay all night tonight, but I will stay as long as I possibly can, and that's that.
Yes, as long as you can stay would be great, Linda. And so, let's see, Sinister's on the board. I don't know if he's going to call in, wondering what hooligans are up to. But this poem is by Nuno Feria, and it's called Coffee and Blues. Yeah, Nuno. Sweet caramel, moscato, and a denim tea, or creamy cappuccino in a cerulean sky. Maybe a fresh espresso on a cyan sunrise, or with a drop of whiskey on a midnight blue. That type coffee eyes with sapphire lens, and affogato on a turquoise summer. Maybe a cold mocha on one cobalt mug, 2 cafe a latte, and lapis lazuli dreams and peace. And there's much to say about drinking a cup of coffee and having a talk with someone, friends, if not in person, maybe on the web. It's how everyone would like to stay on a sociable level and have a real pleasant day, considering consuming that beverage and its own implications of relaxation and bringing out talk. What about you, Rack? How do you think of this by Nuna?
I enjoy it very much. It reminds me of, a lot of people and their personalities. I mean, coffee is so integrated in our lives. People that I have my coffee that say that everyone has an attitude about what happens before you touch the coffee, what's in the coffee, what's good, what's bad. There's a lot of stuff around coffee, so it's a wonderful topic. And this person obviously their coffee, and it was a delicious.
Excellent comment, Rack. And Irish, what do you think of this piece, Coffee and Blues by Noonan?
I think it was nice. It all works together and makes for a nice topic. Yeah, I liked it.
I know I can't start the day without at least 2 cups of coffee or more. High accelerations. What about you, Liquid Damage?
I liked it because, my friend Mary doesn't drink coffee, and we were just at church, and she said she got an espresso machine and made espresso, and I went, you mean you don't drink coffee, but you drink espresso? She says, well, I didn't know it had so much coffee in it. I'm like, oh, my God, but she drank all this espresso and was buzzing at church. She said, I'm out of my mind. I can't tell what's what. And I'm like, maybe it's the espresso you drank. So, yeah, coffee in all those different ways, shapes, and forms is a beautiful thing. It's a way to bring people together. And I like this line. Where'd it go? If I can see it. I'm outside, so it's hard to see. Oh. Maybe a cold mocha on a cobalt mug, 2 cafe au laits, and and lapis lazuli dreams. That's the way to end the night, especially after you've been drinking coffee. That's all I got to say.
Assuming you didn't drink too much coffee, then the caffeine won't let you sleep. There's a symptom or side effect there. And that takes us over to you, Boo. Yeah. Boo? Are you on mute? All right. I guess she dropped for the time being. So, Liquid, did you bring us a piece for the night?
Yes, I do, and I'm going to have to shimmy on inside for a minute to read it because I can't read out here in the sun. So I did bring a piece, though.
All right. You want to wait a turn and we go to another poet while you prepare yourself?
No, I'm in.
You ready right now?
Uh-oh, yeah, let me put my glasses on. No. Okay, let me switch over.
Boo! Before Liquid does her piece, did you hear the one on Nunu? Did you have a response for Nunu?
What'd you say?
Did you have a response for Nunu's Coffee and Blues?
I didn't hear it, I'm sorry.
We're occupied. Yes, but we all know what it's like drinking coffee and feeling blue. All right, Liquid.
Okay, I'm getting there. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. It's just streamlining on the web. On replay.
I should be at the bottom. Here we go. Huh.
Not too much pressure. Irish job. Maybe she'll call back. Who knows?
Are you on the... Is it on the board?
Yeah, let me check that out for you real quick. I've seen this link here. Yes, maybe I have to refresh. All right. But you can get straight to it when you're ready.
Yeah, I don't see it on my board.
No, it's not there. There's that
should be.
Again. Hooligans are out
Let
today.
me look at...
Devious plights.
Let me look at the... It's way down at the bottom. I wonder how come it didn't come through red.
Uh-oh, red flag warning.
You didn't read it yet, that's why.
There we go. Now it's there.
Is there any profanity in this piece?
No. I don't think so.
Which
Did
depends
you want
on a
that?
person's degree of language, right?
Okay. Now it's there. It should be there. It's not doing its deal.
Breathe. Yeah.
Yeah,
I see
that's
the
it.
one message, breathe. But there's not a link.
Can you put... Oh, Lord. Why don't you go ahead and do somebody else's, and then I'll...
You didn't have enough coffee, Linda.
I know. I've had like 4 cups.
What's the matter, Linda? You can't find it, or?
Come on, team.
No, it's there, but the link didn't come through with it.
Oh, okay. Let me take a look.
Oh, darn.
The missing
I was
link.
going to ask Boo for a
The
favor.
missing link, Razz, with the missing link.
Huh.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I see. When you put it there, it looks like... What's the name of the poem, Linda? I'll get it for you.
It's called Breathe.
Breathe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I got it.
Well, all this is going
Lloyd has
on,
a song
we're
called
going
Breathe.
I got it
to
for
move
you.
on real quick.
I got it.
Or are
Okay,
we
I'm
going
put
to
it
have
over
this
there.
done right now?
I'll do it right now. Okay, here we go. Okay.
All right, let's do this right
Okay,
now.
there you go, Linda.
You have the floor, Linda.
There we go. Thank you, Boo.
Welcome.
This is called Breathe. In the land of the jungle so long ago, it was luscious and green, and the water still flowed. Mothers and babies romped in the grass, then settled down to learn grown-up tasks. First, they would learn about what's good to eat, like apples, bananas, and coconut treats. fresh mango fruit that grows on the trees, all of these things were quite good to eat. Now, one of these moms was called Emerald Champagne, and up on her back carried Blackberry Rain. She was a gorilla who stood brave and tall and carried her baby still naive and small. After the class about what's good to eat was time to learn about what's on the beat. So mothers taught babies about life in the jungle, but then had to add how men caused a bungle. So Emerald Champagne's baby would mount, then both go and see the awful account. She'd take Baby Rain to the far jungle edge, way up above to watch on the ledge. It looked over the stream where the water was turned, away from the jungle where things are now burned. With a sniff and a snort, gorillas did sigh, watching the pestilence with tears in their eyes. They didn't go past the razor's barbed wire that clawed to the bone but surrounded the fires. All they could smell was burning manure. The earth was on fire without any cure. The dust was so bad that spoiled their breath. If they stayed too much longer, it could mean their death. Then Baby Rain would moan with a moan and a gasp, held on the mother with a very tight grasp. They stood on the ledge and watched the sun set, hoping the beauty would help them forget. Oxblood and ruby, tangerine and plum, they stayed and they watched till the setting was done. Then with a thump, Emerald Champagne took off with a leap, leaving with Rain. It wouldn't be good to stay here too long. If man sees us here, they will do us great wrong. So back to their home where it's still fresh and green, the prettiest jungle that you've ever seen. But not for too long if something's not done, because the man likes to burn and make animals run. The moral, if you want to live and breathe, take care of all the jungle trees. Don't let man kill trees in haste, because then our lives will lay in waste. End poem.
Yes, we have to take care of the environment or it's going to stop taking care of us, is the more I'm seeing here.
That's right.
Very true. Rack, what do you perceive here in this piece by Liquid Damage?
Well, this piece of babies, it's a good piece.
Thank you, Rack.
Up till prompto. Boo. Do you have a say on this?
Of course, Linda's the queen of rhyme, as always. Spot on. And a storyteller. Every time you read something, it sounds like it should be sounds like a book, like a fairy tale or a children's story. And then your voice makes it so delightful. I mean, you're kind of made for the radio, in my opinion. But let me skip. My page keeps freezing on me. Hold on a minute. Did you said you're working on a book, right, Linda? Did you say that before? Hey, can you guys hear me?
She's working on her checkbook.
Or she's working on a children's book, I thought she said before, but I don't know where she went. Oh, anyway. But she is. I think it would sell pretty good. That's what I was going to say. But, Linda, where'd you go? Did she drop, Raz?
Yeah, she dropped.
She did?
If you want to finish that comment or
I'm supposed to call back.
A replay, yeah.
I'm supposed to call back. I should just...
One of those awesome moments again. We have to overcome that part. So,
it's us three again. What the fuck? Sinister call.
Yeah.
I'm
going to move on the recital to.
I'm going to wait till she calls back
poet.
to give her my comments because I want her to hear it.
We don't know, dear, when that's going to happen, so we may as well proceed. Here's The Day I Knew Yes by Lockdown Larks. The Day I Knew Yes. The day I knew yes, a vision of harmony light in the darkness. From a life of stress, I was set free the day I knew yes. With your eyes, you caress, the shadows start to flee, a light in the darkness. From shores of loneliness, rescued from the sea, the day I knew yes. Raised up from something less. You are the all I see, a light in the darkness. And so you I bless. As I walk with destiny, the day I knew yes, a light in the darkness and peace. Yeah, and that's definitely what love is like. It's not someone who always tells you no. It's someone who says, yes, I accept you for who you are, and you deserve to be loved. What do you feel about this piece, Rack?
Yes is kind of an open-ended answer. But in the context of the poem, of the piece, it's a beautiful thought. The acceptance, the meeting of minds. When two people agree and understand each other, it's a beautiful thing.
Quite the beautiful thing. Yeah, it's like a line for Casablanca. I think it was just not originally there in the script, but I like that response track. Boo. How do you feel about this today? And yes, by Lockdown Larks.
Oh, shit. Did I just do that? I thought I put my throat. I don't have a difficulty. The day I knew yes. I like the title of that. From shores of loneliness, resurrected from the sea, the day I knew yes. This is super romantic. I mean, he sees the light in the darkness. He sees destiny, the future. He sees happiness. Oh, this is the Villanelle. No wonder that cadence is there. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good when you know yes and the other person says yes and you're both on the same page. That's how it's supposed to be. So if you can find that, you try hard to hold on to it as possible. And this speaks of love and hope. And raised up from something less. You are all that I see, a light in the darkness. That's romantic. Good job. I like this. Also, by the way, Raz, I got Phil from last night ready, whatever.
Oh, that'll be wonderful, Boo. Why don't we set that up next when you're ready to play? But first, I have a surprise for you, Boo. It's someone you've expected to hear what you have to say for over 5 minutes now. Liquid.
Yes.
You back from the rainforest? Are you back from the rainforest?
Comment on Liquid's poem?
Yes, I am. Sorry, I ran out of battery. I had too much coffee.
Oh, I hate when that happens, Linda.
Boo ended up talking to herself at the end of making the remarks she had for your piece.
Yeah, it went off, and I'm sitting there, what happened? Oh, my God. And then I realized that it was the battery.
Your phone forgot to breathe.
Well, because I was outside, I usually plug my phone in while I'm doing a show, but because I'm outside, it wasn't plugged in, and I'd been using it earlier in the day. So, anyway, thanks for waiting for me.
I like the way that your poem looks on the page. Like, I always like the presentation of it, and I noticed that you've been, I don't know, it's kind of, maybe not too recent, but a recent thing of yours where you put the little, like, decorations in the middle, and I think that looks so cute. And it just gives you time to, like, breathe and then soak in the poem, too. And,
right.
You learn how you learn from your mother, from the time you're born. And you learn, and your mom teaches you things, what's right, what's wrong, what's good to eat, and all those lessons that she's supposed to teach you, right? And I love how, I guess primates take care of their children. Like, I was watching a couple documentaries. It's fascinating, in my opinion. But, and then I like how of course, the rhyme is always fabulous. Every time, right on the money. And then Emerald Champagne, that's really cute.
Word bank.
Yeah, this is a word bank?
Yeah, it was a word bank, yeah.
Yeah, I hate word banks so much. You did great with the word bank. Watching the pestilence with tears in her eyes. Yeah, you did a really good job. This should win something. Was this in a contest?
No,
wow,
no, but it's one of the trilogy for my book.
Oh, that's why I was asking you about your book. This is perfect for your book because I think you're writing a kid's book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is perfect for that. And it shows the lessons of life, love, nature, and all the things that are important. And it's long, but it doesn't feel long. And then at the end, I like that. You got the moral. If you want to live and breathe, take care of the jungles. So true. You got your moral at the end so the kids can get that. That's really well done. You did an awesome job here. It'll be perfect for your book.
Thank you, Boo.
And
Thank you very much.
An audio book. You're welcome. Hopefully you'll make it an audio book with your voice.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So,
and if you want to comment,
that answers our question on nurture versus nature. Yeah, well, Belinda's having that difficulty with the phone, so she dropped again. Do you have Phil ready to play? Boo?
Yeah, I'm on my way over there.
Did you get the comment for Lars, too?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Which one are you going to
rewind? Fast forward.
Yeah, right?
All right. Let me get over to where I'm block. Hopefully this turns out. Man, those YouTubers, man, that's just...
You mean the track with you, right? The one for Rack Show last night?
Yeah, I'm getting it. For next year. Getting there. Rack, I put your show for last night on YouTube already, FYI. I had to make it up. It's exactly 2 hours and 1 minute. Okay, so let me get this video. You got a phone ready?
Yeah.
He's waiting for you to play Phil.
Just press play.
Yeah, I know. My computer's slow as hell. It's coming. I'm stuck on the page. Somebody's on hold. Oh, is that Irish? 907?
No, that's Liquid again.
Oh.
Liquid, you're back.
Yes, I'm back.
Hey.
She slipped on a banana peel.
I had to get an extension cord in. There was a break in there, and bloop, there it went again.
You didn't slip on a...
Since you liked it so much, I thought I would make you... You know what? Phil's phone doesn't work. I don't know what... Oh, I've done this a million times already. Okay, I'm going to have to fix that one. I don't know why it's playing that. That's weird. Sorry.
It didn't sound like Phil again.
No, that's not Phil. I don't know why it's doing that because I took that from his phone. That's weird. Okay, sorry. Why don't you do Rack? I should do one from you, Rack, while I'm in here. Which one do you want? I'm in the studio.
Do you have one you want heard, Rack? Off the top of your mind?
I'm all right.
Okay, I'm just going to pick one.
Don't worry.
I'm going to pick one, Rack. I'm already there. Let's see which one it picks up. It's like well, there was one anonymous thing, by the way. Okay, let's see. Oh, this one I want to do to hear.
Anonymous has been gone for quite a while. Yeah, I haven't called in the studio like over a month. To remain
cold-blooded. Yeah, I talked to him.
By Raconteur.
I talked to him before my show. Oh.
Her eyes were green, revealing the serpent within, constricting my dreams before her ivory fangs ever touched skin. Venomous words administered through innuendo and lies, mesmerizing gyrations complete her disguise. I'm simply not interesting enough to charm this viper, nor can I play the flute, so I'm forced to pay the piper. Intoxicated by the thought of her, as predicted, I seal my fate. Grabbing my cell phone, I ask her out on another date. End poem.
Wow.
Yeah, that just takes me back when I was in the 90s. And one of the things was you have to pay the piper. That meant whatever actions you do, they have a consequence of which you're bound to face. So I like the whole flashback nostalgia here, even on those days of dating. Thanks, Rack. What about you, Liquid Damage?
Yeah, I thought that was beautiful, and I like that line too. Since I can't play the flute, I'm forced to pay the piper. We all, at some point in time, have to pay the piper for deeds done, whether they be good or bad. But this was a very, very cool poem that, to me, I mean, it kind of gave me shivers, that part. But I liked it a lot, and so thank you for sharing it very much.
Thanks, Linda.
You're welcome, Rack.
That takes us all around the table again to you, Boo.
This is about a woman who uses her sexuality and her appeal to lure men in, I think. Venomous words administered by mesmerizing gyration complete her disguise. So, the power of sexuality here. Intoxicated thought, like they could steal my face. But yeah, and then you look at your cell phone. I asked her out on another date. You're like, even though she's kind of fucked up, you still want to know her because she's sexy and alluring. This is what I see. But she's a snake charmer, And so there's a lot of people like this, men and women. And I think the wording is perfect, and all of those signs that we see that we ignore. I thought you did a great job as always, Rack, and I love your voice.
Thanks, Boo.
You're welcome. How about you do yours, Rack?
So that's Rack in the highlight spot. That's him in the corner making his religion. To misquote REM. All right. Continue with the recital. Actually, I was hoping that someone would read one of the female poets in the folder. Liquid, would you be able to read Francine's My Mom Went Home?
Yeah.
It's on the board.
Hold on.
You gotta read
My
it out
mom
loud.
went.
Sorry.
My Mom Went Home by Francine 1. My Mom Went Home by Francine Morales, FSML 61021. It's always been hard for me to express my feelings verbally, so since I was a little girl, I found a way with rhyme. But this poem is one of the hardest I have ever tried to do. It's taken days and lots of thinking, lots of crying, and lots of time. So here I go, Mom, this one's for you. I've written so many over the years, yet for the eulogy, none seem right to do. So I'm trying one more time to express my love for you. I thank God for the faith you have instilled in me. For I know God, but I know goodbye is not forever, not in Christianity. You taught me to believe in Jesus and in heaven above. And one day we'll meet again and we will share our love. But as I told you when you were in bed that last night near me, you will always be in my heart for all eternity. Jesus died on the cross so we will never have to die. One day we will reside with our true and God by our side. But the part that I still haven't figured out is how to live without you in the here and now. You've been by my side for 70 years, and my life without you, I just don't know how. My life will be so much emptier without your smiling face. I'll miss our coffee cakes and cookies in the restaurant every day. Teach me how to grow in grace, to be with you for eternity. End poem. Her mother died at 96, and she was with her at the time, and she says the grief was overwhelming.
it's very sad, the loss of the mother, but the faith of the daughter, they're always going to be together forever. Jesus Christ is definitely one of those messages that is uplifting to the spirit. You read this piece wonderfully, Liquid. What do you think about it yourself?
Well, I was having a hard time reading it because I remember when my mother passed. She's passed 7 years ago, and every time I tried to sit and write something for her, I got choked up and couldn't do it. And listening to her go through the pain of starting to write a piece for her mother hit my heart and was very inspiring. She wrote this in a very inspiring way, and I loved the way she talked about her mother with great love and affection, and I really felt her loss in this piece, and I feel for you, Francine, and you never get over the loss of your mother, no matter how long it is. That's one loss that stays with us forever and ever and ever. Not that other losses don't, but there's nothing like the loss of your mom. I mean, she's the one who raised you and taught you things and brought you up and changed your diapers. And some of you guys did it too. And for you, I add into this, thank you for the mothers and fathers that raised us and took care of us. And I see that, you know, she wrote with respect to her mother, and I really loved this piece. So thank you, Francine, for sharing, and I hope you feel better.
Yes, it's definitely a mature piece that many can relate on a universal level. Their mother and father. I would agree with you there. Rack, what's your say on Francine?
This was, you know, it was sad, but it was beautiful at the same time. You know, the relationship she had with the mom, they were obviously very close and it meant a lot to her. So, you know, she may be physically gone, but she's not entirely gone. And she still has a secret, you know, she keeps that connection. And that's not something that's going to go away that easily. So she has that to comfort her. I'm sure she'll see things that'll remind her, you know, her mom will be in them in that sense. So, you know, it's over, but it's not over. It's one of those everlasting things, I think, and it's beautiful that you know, you guys, you know, you got along and you had a good relationship, because everybody's fortunate enough to have that. So I really enjoyed it.
Well said, Rack. And Boo, how does this one make you feel?
Made me miss my mom and think about my mom, and like Linda said, that's the one person that gets me the most. And you're lucky enough to get the name. So this is written with heart and grace and love. I mean, it's just love. And I'm sure her mom would be proud. It's beautifully written and great tribute.
I would agree with you there. Everyone has to not lose hope of heaven, where we reunite with those who were closest to us. And I know how much you love your mom. That's very endearing of you. It's a bond that just doesn't die, I believe, myself. So let me grab who's in the studio here real quick. We have a caller.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's Tammy Brown. Can you hear me?
C. Brown?
Yes.
Hi, C. Brown.
Can you hear me? Hi, guys.
Yes. Great
Hello.
to have you here. I see you on the list all the time in the group, and I was wondering when we'd actually meet. Nice to hear from you, C. Brown.
Yeah.
Yes. How are you guys tonight?
We're getting there.
Good.
I just heard the very last of the poem that you just read, and I really enjoyed that. Hi, Boo. Nice to hear from you.
You too. Thanks for coming.
Well, I see your message from time to time when he and sometimes I usually can only pop in the morning. So anyway,
I loved your poem last week.
Thank you. And you know what? I was listening and I had went to the door to let the dog in when you actually had read that, and you know, I tried to go back and listen to the read of it, but I appreciate that, and I had just that on just shortly before that. But it's true, we all do become like family on here after a while. So I appreciate that, and
that's the whole
nice
motto.
To hear from you guys. Nice to hear you guys.
Do you have anything you would like to share tonight, C. Brown?
You know, I actually I've got a couple that I'm working on, but I haven't posted anything yet. I'm always working on something, I think. Let me see which one I've got here. Don't let me interrupt, though. You guys go ahead if you've got some things to read, and I can read or anything, anytime.
Yeah. All you have to do is drop the link on the board, chat room board, and
I think she needs a minute to get it together. So.
Well, I haven't got it posted yet, and I'm just finishing up on a couple. So
if you can't find the chat board, message me or Boo. Well, me actually. Boo's not there, so just message me.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I can
you. Yes.
You guys are on every Sunday night, aren't you?
It's not that you can't find it. He's not done yet. He hasn't published it.
We're the same person now.
So yeah, no, I'll finish them and get something for the next time. But I just wanted to come in and just join you guys.
All right, that's equally fine. Would you like to stay and recite and give the recital, comment on the pieces?
All right.
Would you like to stay and comment on the pieces, C. Brown?
Yeah, I will for a little while. I will for a little bit. Yes, I sure will.
We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah. So, Razz, let's go to another one so we don't breathe down our neck. Yeah.
Yes. Did you manage to bring SoundCloud for tonight, Boo?
No, I'm still working on it.
All right. Maybe he calls in, so I don't want to be completely unprepared there. And we're going to require a female reader again. And C. Brown, would you like the honors of reading the poem?
I would. Yes, I sure would. Which one are you doing?
All right. That would be excellent. Let me post the link. This is Leela Stankovic in On the Mark of Identity's Roses Color Change.
Okay, I see it. Okay. On the market of identities, roses' colors change. They say she curses with her swords, kisses with her purple words, crying alongside the desert gods, denies reality with her high hopes, and they say she cannot survive. Far from ideal, she crashed into burnt sky, fall unto the cloudless love, see herself out of peace and drive herself mad. Puzzles of forgotten words she cannot solve. She is yet to be glad. Favorite roses, colors change in the prism of her lemon tear. Just because scars write beautiful stories does not mean they won't bury her shadows before time. On the market of identities, imagine her luck. Copies sold out, originals damaged in production. Bless her will, she's willing to wait another year to fulfill her empty smile. They say she is beautiful and mad, confusing her mind with beautifully mad. They say her story is disturbing sad, forgetting her smile overpowdered, past flawed, and they say she cannot survive. And she'd crash and fall and pick up broken mirrors, shattered fears, to spite false admirers, plastic cheerleaders, and she is well past barely surviving, now committed to blissful living. The end. Friendship, death, hope, nature, love.
Yes. And how do you feel about this, C. Brown, since you read the piece?
I don't know. I kind of felt like there was almost a class-like substance to it. And yet there was this, like a survival essence and hope that kind of permeated through, on the market, roses, colors change. Sort of like, we went on a journey, and it feels like at times that you've went on almost a marathon at times when you go through life events, and so I think it's one that everybody can relate to. She did a great job. First time I read it, she's kind of mixed some rhyme here and there, but I thought she did a beautiful job. The poem of survival, to me, it seems.
Excellent comment, C. Brown. Yes, there's definitely a sense of survival of what I'm reading. Myself, when I heard the part that they had buried these individual shadows before they were dead, it reminds me of a kind of existential dilemma where you have a society being a good part of your own surroundings, and that in turn affects the individual to a degree of what is their natural or God-given limitations by the fundamentals that are laid in these structures of systems. What about you, Rack?
Uh-oh. Is that him that he dropped again? Yeah, he went down for the fall.
He's had too much coffee,
Maybe he'll
too.
call back. All right, Liquid, do you have an opinion on this?
Yeah, Rack had too much coffee as well.
Yeah,
I did,
that
and
too.
I like what C. Brown said about the poem of survival, because that's what I got out of it too. And she speaks about not being able to survive, not getting through, but at the end, she relatively does survive and does have an ending, and I thought the poem flowed very nicely, and I love the color imagery she had in this. It was very, very colorful. So yeah, it was a very beautiful poem. Thank you for sharing it.
Okay. So we all saw survival there. That's the general message we received. Yes, thank you, Leela, for submitting for tonight's show, Public Poetry. It's always good to have you all cooperate and show all this great talent for those on the web. What do we have next? Boo.
I'm ready for Phil, finally.
You mean the new piece or the other one in the
that's
folder?
Phil. The one from last night from Rack.
Yeah, and Rack just came back on the line. He came up back into the ring. Our heavyweight champion, Rack. Rack.
Hey, Razz.
Did you hear the last piece by Leela Stakovic?
No, I don't think I did. I'm sorry. My service has been spotted, I believe.
Circuit overboard. Busy signals, yeah. Liquid?
Yeah, Razz. Yeah, I'm going to have to go. I got to go feed the beast. So I'll see you guys next Sunday. Hopefully I can stay longer. And you guys have a good night. And thanks,
you.
Boo. Thanks, Raz. Thanks Rack.
Love you.
Thanks for coming,
Brown.
Liquid.
Remember to breathe.
Okay. I'm going to go
Y'all
have
hungry.
some coffee now.
Remember to breathe.
Yeah, I will.
Breathe in, breathe out. Yogi therapy. All right, there's another caller in the studio. Let me grab him real quick. See who it is.
What is going on, man?
Caller?
What are y'all doing? This is Wayne.
Hey, Wayne.
Ah, Wayne.
I just got to do serving food for 10 people. I just got to do feeding 10 people and got worn out.
Wayne, Jen.
Hi, Wayne.
Good to have you, sir.
Don't let me interrupt you. Just keep on doing what you're doing. I'm just here to join in. Okay. Hey, let's just see what's up.
Shit. Hold us interrupt us.
You ready for Phil?
All right. Let's do Phil's next. Great to have you here, Wayne. Just sit back and we'll get around to your piece as soon as possible. Yeah. So we're going to do Phil from last night, Adieu, which was on Rack's show, Goodbye.
Okay.
All right. Press play whenever you can. Boo.
My friends, it's time for me to say adieu. Don't try to persuade me to change my mind. You knew all along. Gave you a good clue. You read in my poems. I said it all the time. Adieu to one and all. Please, no tears. Those are the clouds to be part of all this. But nothing can disguise the fears that formulate into one gigantic wish. It's time for me to lock my poems away within the closet of my own bruised heart. Maybe I'll write again. Maybe someday. Nothing will ever tear this friendship apart. It would be for the best if I just leave. You'll cry now. Soon I'll be back. You have my poems. Please don't grieve. All my words have become absolutely nothing. And as I disappear under a blood-red sky, I ponder at the amazing love of the few. With a feeling of guilt, I begin to cry. To all my friends, it's time to say adieu and go.
Yeah, there was definitely a bit of a paradox there. While you're saying goodbye, you're realizing what you had said farewell to so long ago. It's really just on its way home. I like this piece greatly by Phil. Did you catch any of this, Rack?
Some. I mean, I like the way Phil writes, and you know, I would have liked. Yeah, I will blame my eyes. But I mean, you know, the idea of adieu, another word for goodbye. You know, just that in itself just changes the feeling, the idea of it. You know, it was very the prompt was meant to be very open ended, and I like that you took that angle and you picked up on that, and you used the word adieu, because it does definitely give it a different feeling, and the fact that it's you saying goodbye, not you saying goodbye to somebody else or something like that. You know, it's a definite feeling that you convey of melancholy and almost obligation that comes through. And you know, I like it because there's a sadness to it. There's also a necessity to it that comes through as well. And you know, it almost feels like you're saying, you know, you shouldn't really be sad, and I appreciated it for that. I really enjoy your stuff, Phil. Thank you for your persistence and for consistent writing.
Yeah, sometimes we think we're saying goodbye, but we're just beginning to say hello. Were you able to hear about this, Wayne?
Who?
Wayne. Did you hear a view by Phil?
Yes, I heard a bit of it, and I don't like to hear it sound. It's a great poem, but I hope he's been a do to us and leaving the site. But he's a good poet on the site. So I hope he ain't leaving. But is it a poem or is it true?
It was a poem. The topic was goodbye.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank God. That was what I was even being thinking about forever. It'd be kind of rough. And so anyway, you did a great job with the poem. You get all through. It's a good poem. I got worried about him leaving though, so it kind of made me mad. But anyway, it's a great job.
Thank you for the comment, Wayne. I'm sure Phil appreciates all that you have to say for him. Beautiful Blade wrote that she's not going to be able to make it tonight. She's with her husband, who's been gone for 2 weeks. And C. Brown left also to take care of the kids. Gave you all hugs. So there we go.
What about me, Razz?
Yeah, what do you have to say of a due by Phil?
I was gonna say you never know. Like Wayne said, you thought he was talking about leaving. You never know over here. You got to be careful. I was gonna say, but the other thing is, depends, you know. But he's talking about, you know, he says you read it in my poems. It was there all the time. So he was telling you he's going to be going. You know, he's leaving, and then it's time for me to lock my poems away with the closet, my bruised heart. So I don't know why he's here. He says goodbye, but he's saying goodbye. But your words, the point of this to me is the words are always there. They're forever. They're never forgotten. Once you say them, once you write them, once they're out there, that's it. And then I like how he differentiates the rhyme at the end, because it says, I ponder the amazing love of a few. With the feeling of guilt, I begin to cry. To all my friends, it's time to say. You think he's going to say goodbye, but then he says adieu. That's catchy. So very clever and well written as always, Phil. Sorry we didn't get to it last night.
Yes, Phil's definitely one of the heavy hitters when you're down at the site. All right. And Boo, while you're setting up Wayne, I guess we'll move on to another writer here on the folder. I hope Irish calls back. It seems she was prepared to recite, but dropped before we got around to her on the podium. Yeah. All right. I'll do mine. And this piece contains a bit of different codes from the government, but let's see if you can decipher it all by yourself. I guess it depends on your level at that kind of, obscure trivia. So this is called Saber Secure, and I don't mean like the saber in Star Wars. So do I? Well, here's the poem. Saber Secure. Preface, Quadrant, Interim Determination, Chickwit, Nifty Package, the Holy See. Where's a conscientious objector at moral disciplinary? Jail electronic system denying opposing transmission. Constant peg. Record breaker, heat gamma raying the malaborted grenade thug sweltering opium tumor. Scopolamine. Alice chatterboxing the artificial consciousness distraction. Uninhalant asphyxiate brain fog, peripheral neuropathy, the spot beam, organism company, biohacking, poured on down, shad, kingfish, no touch, no torture, voodoo doll, prick without mainframe display, poke, cache marker, RNA, MRI, DNA, manipulation, exotic dance, able crystal gain, no staff, odiferous poison, urgent fury, won't weaponize pain. The glory trip, escalating compass bridge gape. Pave onyx, red line diagram searching the nomad shadow. Rampart cranial hypnosis. Focus chaldeon, Pythagorean, tercet. Nickel grass, night train, infinite reach, hula hoop. Orange crush, post time, blue spoon, blind logic. Kobe, climactic midnight. Knife the imagine away of microwave scramble neuron. Just cause prayer book, drawstring, ivy owl, middle gust. Arc stream, river cap, operation behind the wheel, pacer galaxy. Sims, gynecology. Tuskegee app, tennis, rock, salt, zodiac array. Continuing promise, a gorgon stare, Gaffi, Hybla, gold. Senior blue, blue sustain, anti-air defender, washing shield machine, shop, karma police, glaive. Servo master, saber secure, white cloud. Jackknife, Loma, pivot deck pen, bull run. Camp eggers, nymphois, remote beam satellite. Anarchist group dive, spinal tap, limitability, tracking, home, the oncoming drone. Yankee team, hard association days, and Red Sox, Bobby, paperclip, psychic driving. And peace.
Wow. What are you doing, Bill?
Jesus, I thought I might have seen something here, but now I'm not exactly sure. Pave onyx red line diagram, searching for nomad shadow. This almost seems like sort of like all war and intelligence is what you got there. Wow. The vocabulary is amazing, and the poem itself makes me curious. I don't know what quadrant interim determination or any of that means. I wish I did. I should have looked it up. One of these days I'll actually get one of your poems lately, and I've been striking out. But why can't you write a love poem, Razz? Come on, please. I'm begging. No, Alice chatter, boxing, artificial consciousness. I don't know, kind of seems like the fakeness in people and the fakeness that surrounds us, and we don't know what to believe and what's real, and it's all fucked up, our DNA and our science, and just, I don't know, I'm probably wrong, but Colby, climactic, midnight, I mean, the wording is amazing. I know it's some kind of social commentary, I'm just not sure what. And then the ending, Yankee team, hard association days, and Red Sox, Bobby, paperclip, psych driving. Wow, that's fascinating. Although I don't know what you're talking about. Wish I did. But I love you anyway, right?
Yeah, no. A good part of this piece is about different operations and programs in the Department of Defense, the CIA, and the NSA, all combined into what looks like no more than, word scramble.
That's what I was going to say. It kind of looks like word scramble. Yeah.
I guess it would be easier to understand if we actually worked for the government. But, I thought it was worth the experiment when I had the information on me from Google.
Minor detail, right? What about you, Wayne?
No, Wayne dropped. He says that he couldn't
Wayne,
stay.
I got your poem ready, Wayne.
Some people came to his house, and he had to leave the phone. He gives up.
Aww.
Who knows on what.
Well, maybe he'll call back, because I got him situated. Okay. What about you, Rackapoo?
Yeah, I mean, even though, some of the content escapes a lot of us, the you're making is still kind of, clear enough that you don't have to know exactly the implications.
And not being able to see it, it's got to just be like fucking make it 20 times worse. It's hard enough for me, and I'm looking at it. So...
and, the whole thing, he's talking about the bullshit, and you really understand everything he's saying to feel the frustration in it, and to know what he's talking about, because it's clear.
Yeah.
It's and he's giving specific examples of it, which should help put it in context. And that's the problem, I think, if you try and put it in context.
Yeah.
It's really just a lot of, government bullshit and boondoggle and all the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you.
The only difference is the type of sword. Is that what you're talking about, Razz?
Saber sword is a code word for when all the nuclear missiles are really imbalanced within the silos and in a state of complete stability. Saber secure. Yeah, that's what it's code for through the Department of Defense.
And now that a light even brighter on what you're talking about, because the threat of military war behind experiments and programs, and that's the end of the world, and that brings back to saying goodbye from the other day. Really, world being imminent. It is a heaviness and to these I don't know, the amount of, I won't call it government interference because they're involved to a degree no matter what, but at the same time, it's like, we still can't seem to get our own lives together, It's really hard, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
And, it's... But anyway,
I wanted that one to be as realistic as possible about the intelligence gathered by the government, so I only use codes from their projects.
Awesome.
And yeah, it is hard for us to face, because in the end, that line on the Yankee team, that's a whole Operation Defense program, and it's baseball. We shouldn't be depending on our own survival over MLB,
Yeah.
Major leagues.
It's crazy. Oh. All right. And Boo.
So maybe we should carry on. What do you say, Boo?
The show must go on. The show must go on, right?
Could you find
what
Wayne?
Can you do?
I know he's gone, but we have to get him done that he was here.
We have Wayne here. Don't worry, I got Wayne with me.
All right. Could you possibly read a poem by Randall S?
Yeah, sure. You want me to read it first? Or
they're on the board, Maya's. Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is not. Oh, there we go. Okay. I could not say 3 people came back and 1 left their phone. I give up. Okay, that's Wayne. Okay. So, I like that picture. Randa. Here you go. An elusive, vicious weasel wrangles for more food. A playful, wily lover wields deceptive parole tricks on an unshielded, thirsty essence that craves for love's safety. Oh, Letitia's angry emotions war within her, sharpening their revenge's blunt knife on determination's vehement stone for the brutal violation of her vulnerability, defenseless territory. Releasing her inner wild-born lioness, lounges on boldness rock, equipping with ferocity's natural armature and surmounts by wrath's grotesque head to devour an untrustworthy love in an exclusive carnage. And poem. Whoa. That's something.
And there's the author's note. Maya's is a type of Arabic word for how a lioness prods. Yes, what I see here is the femme fatale, that one woman who can change a man's matrimony into a divorce, or even consequences that are worse through psychological manipulation. You read this, Boo. What
AKA
do you think?
called Power of the Pussy. Rack. Don't tell me Rack.
Is that your whole opinion?
Rack's on hold, right?
on
Rack's on hold. Rack is on hold.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but.
Yeah, because my service keeps dropping. That's why.
Oh, okay. Did you hear that one, Rack, about the power of the poontang, basically?
Oh God, no. Whose was that?
Let me read it for you again, Rack, because I kind of screwed up anyway. Okay, this is from Randa. Okay.
Encore
and
performance, then, Randa.
This is a good writing right here. As an elusive, vicious weasel wrangles for more food, a playful, wily lover wields deceptive parole tricks on an unshielded, thirsty essence that craves for love's safety. Fictitious, angry emotions war within her, sharpening their revenge's blunt knife on determination's vehement stone for the brutal violation of her vulnerabilities, defenseless territories. Releasing her inner wild-born lioness, lounges on boldness rock, equipping with ferocity's natural armature, and surmounts with wrath's grotesque head to devour an untrustworthy love in an exclusive carnage. End poem. Exclusive carnage.
The beast within. And Linda said she had to go feed the beast. I wonder if that's what she was talking about.
Yeah.
Sorry, Linda.
He's fucking you up over here.
This is passionate and relatable. It's a lovely piece.
Oh, I love what the dude wrote in the comments, Michael. If only more men would be wise enough to honor and respect the strength of a woman. Whatever some of them may lack in the physical prowess, all of them possess greater perseverance within them than any man could ever. Your poem captures the spirit of such a warrior woman. Oh, I love warrior women. You know, and this is a badass chick right here. You know, and definitely not a lady to be messed with. Someone who stands up for herself and puts herself up. And then, you know, later on will be called a bitch or a psycho at some point because she can't stand up for herself. You know. But she's not fooling around, and I like these kind of women. More strong women are needed in the world, in my opinion. And then the wording so like almost eerie, surmounts with wrath's grotesque head to devour an untrustworthy love in an exclusive carnage. And she's coming just for you, motherfucker. So you better move out the way. You know, like this is get it, Randa. That's what I'm saying.
Well, if she didn't say untrustworthy love, because that's a different story.
Mm-hmm.
That changes the meaning of it when you say that, because you know if she was in love with the person, it would be passion. But if it's untrustworthy love, it's almost like a revenge to me. So you know, maybe I'm just taking that one little bit out of context, but maybe
femme fatale, yeah.
She's a femme fatale, yeah, right? Mm-hmm. But, you know, men are drawn to, like, the bad girl, just like women are drawn to the bad boy a lot of the time. So, yeah, this is a good piece. In my opinion, you guys are like, oh, no. But, you know.
More praise.
I'm scared. Okay, so... we could either do Wayne or we could do mine, whatever you want.
Well, I'm going to do Zappa's real quick, and then we'll do yours, Wayne, and continue with the remaining pieces in the folder. Here's Zappa. I hope you get better in the hospital, son. And, right now he's currently undergoing treatment. But here's his poem, Zappa in Parallel Lines. Parallel lines. I've seen my life fundamentally crisscross, unlike any dream or nightmare reality, and I've tried before to redirect emotion. But it's like being stuck on autopilot in overdrive, and so slow I see everything before it happens. There are lights, and usually only in my left field of vision. So try again to make sense of this. It keeps happening. this might be close to death or closer to paranormal, but then don't we come closer to the shadows when we are closest to the other side? Maybe I'm merely dreaming. And peace. By Sean H. Yeah, and there's much to say here on logically everyone's aware they're going to reach that point. So it's always in the back of your mind, even when you're undergoing some kind of perceptual loss of clarity. What are these lights that occur to one when they're in a different state of mind than pure conscious focus? And so, he does ask plenty of profound questions, not only if life is really the shadows and greater light is what lies behind all of this we're perceiving now here in the present. What do you think, Rack?
And this is the kind of thing that kind of messes with my head. The opening thought of parallel lines, and then he talks about crisscrossing. I'm like, wait a minute. So, that in itself just makes my head start to spin. And then like you said, he goes into the philosophy behind some of the thought process here, and it gets, a little deeper and more confusing. So it's a really good piece, very contemplative.
Yes, it does show plenty of thoughts. I know just last night I was lying in bed with my eyes shut, and I saw bright lights flashing in front of me, and I had that sense of not being aware why, except that it had to do with sensory deprivation, not so much paranormal phenomenon. Yet, that disorientation was clear also there, so I kind of relate to the parallelism. Boo. What do you say on this by Zappa?
Yeah, well, Zappa always makes you think, and always gives it to you in a whole other point of view that you would never see it on, and sometimes it's kind of trippy, but that's what makes it entertaining. He's seen his life crisscross, being stuck in autopilot. Maybe he doesn't see himself going anywhere, stuck in that neutral position. And then he says the shit just keeps on happening. Then look at that line in the bottom. But then don't we come closer to shadows when we are closer to the other side? So maybe, that's an interesting line. Maybe we come closer to shadows when we are closer to the other side. I don't know. What do you think that means?
One step closer to death?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Or maybe I'm just dreaming, he says. Maybe he sees, life, shooting by him, kind of like in a movie, like it's just kind of like Groundhog's Day. I don't know, in a way, sort of what it seems like. And he says this is under miscellaneous. So, yeah, I was reading what Papa wrote down there. Different pathways in life that we go to that we just wind up at the same spot. So, you just keep repeating the same stupid mistakes, maybe. Yeah, it's interesting, that's for sure. He's a lot better poet than he gives himself credit for, too. Good job, Zach. I hope you get better soon.
Wishing you all the best,
that was terrible. That sucks.
Hit the morphine button on your IV, pal.
Yeah, just keep pressing the button. You'll see nightmares. You'll see the other side. You'll see everything else. Dreams. Everything you need.
You'll have that moment of clarity, and everything will be like, wow, I get it, and you'll be like, damn it, where's the pencil?
You'll be like, I want to write something. I'm inspired. That's how I felt on the lauded pump.
Yeah, I have the same thing occur to me when I'm unconscious in my sleep, but then I forget every last word. Waking.
That's how we all like to feel on a regular basis, but we can't.
Oh, man. I obsess over grab the phone and writing it down or something that's going to, trigger that memory. Preserve it somehow.
You ever drink? Every time I would drink before, and I would get the most vivid, take certain medications, like trazodone is one, where I would get the most vivid dreams, but they were all scary. I never had anything good. But anyway, another show.
Painkillers actually induce bad dreams, although it's not a known fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of
so
them give you like
you're
really
prepared
vivid
to
dreams.
take the floor, Boo? Is that what I'm seeing here on the board?
That's what you're seeing.
All right, your turn.
Okay. I wrote this one today, I think. Anyway, goes like this. Pay attention to the... Huh?
Did you say I think?
Well,
I wrote this today, I think.
I think. Where's last night? It was one of the two because the prompt was dreary.
Maybe Razz wrote it.
Maybe Razz wrote it in my dreams. Maybe Razz wrote it. Pay attention to the dreary death arcade and to the fruitful trade of tally up the millions made by Googles that raise the colonnade of miles of missiles and weapons grade. In Armageddon's crazed parade and hidden behind a masquerade of lollipops and lemonade, while planning new an escapade for sending armies to invade and lost for oil lords unafraid of miseries cried parlayed until the final days cascade into hell no more delayed. A happerstance or lookout played that leaves society decayed. Bombard you with a fusillade of lies upheld and truth betrayed by pundits in a shifting shade and crisis of the world cliched. As sung in solemn serenade and journalistic hacks that preyed on wide-eyed folks in sham charade and lulled to sleep with eyelids laid. By tiny tears that disobeyed to stay behind the barricade and bathe in the modern-day crusade of war and cheers and accolades. The bottom line, just profits paid, witness a full-on psychotic tirade for deadly sins that God forbade. Now look at all the mess we've made. And poem.
Wow.
Yeah, this definitely has a good sense of politics. I like the rhyming scheme and how it pays attention to all of our present-day forms of world problems. It reminds me a little bit of Roger Waters' Is This the Life We Really Want? How you left it there that we're always on the verge of a war over international trade, and then ask at the ending, well, look at this mess. So, I see in that Nobel Peace Prize winner the same type of irony as to what does it take for the world to agree to live in peace. What do you think of this, Rack?
Yeah, I mean it's enticing and enchanting up until the end, where she says, talks about the price that we paid, and that's when you really get that last knockout punch. I mean, it's all like body blow, and then bam, and she takes you out.
Yeah, there you go. They're kicking the balls.
Oh, is that what you did?
Below
the belt.
Rather Jack goes to me one time, Boo, it doesn't always have to be a kick in the balls at the end. I know, but I like it like that. You have to start strong and end strong, but that's funny.
I mean, especially considering what you're talking about, it's reflective when you say, you think you have to think of consequences. This is the price that we pay.
Yeah.
We're kind of digging our own graves here.
Yeah. Like Randall always says, you got to stand up and take it back, But you say that, but most people don't really know what that means or how to get there. Like, everybody talks about the problems. What about solutions? Anybody got any ideas there?
Yeah, if you don't stand up for what you believe, no one else is going for you.
Exactly.
Annoying project managers say you can't bring up a problem unless you have a solution.
There you go. I like that. That works. Yeah, really. Everybody's always bitching. I hear you. How many got left, Razz?
All the stress you need for a 9 to 5. Yeah. We have, let's see how many more poems in this folder. Let me count them down. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with Wayne.
Okay. I got, Wayne's ready.
Where I go.
Where I go. Yep.
Where I go, you will follow. Where I go, you will follow. Yeah, that's one of those lines in the 60s. So let's do this, by the way.
All right. Okay, here we go.
This is your song, I Will Follow.
This poem is called Where I Go. Bitter wind blew as the news broke. Anticipation grew as the announcer spoke. What was said wasn't a joke. No good news for the common folk. Then the sun slowly began to wink. Had to stop and try to think. Life we have is not really that bad. We have more than our parents had. Don't wait all day to speak to a friend. I can make a movie and quickly send. Have all the answers in palm of hand. Turn it off when I had all I could stand. Peek into emptiness avoids. Away from the dark, adventure avoids. Thoughts and understanding appears. Can feel comfort and happiness as it nears. Find myself in a world where I can relate. A place where there's no room for hate. Where all people are considered great. That's where I go when I meditate. And
yes, and the author's note here says, there's a great comfort in the voids of silence where we can get away from all the bad news that is thrown at us. You know, this is definitely a very touching piece. It has plenty of humanity, and it shows at the beginning the wind of the news broke, and what was said wasn't a joke. It's never any good news for the common folk. It's like all you watch on CNN, Fox News, ABC, NBC, it's just bad news. That's all there is to ever report to people. And, of course, it brings you down. But in a sense, I think many individuals within our society don't lose any less hope or, interest when it comes to their fellow human beings. Well, why this is an extremely thoughtful piece by Wayne. What do you think of this, Rag?
I mean, it's tough. He's mostly talking about perspective, I think, because that's where I go when I meditate. So when you look at something, you could look at it from different angles in different ways, and you kind of have to take a certain attitude about it. Otherwise, you're gonna confound yourself and drown. So in order to survive, you have to look at it a certain way and take it a certain way. It's really a deep, deep piece, Wayne. Love it.
Thanks for that comment, Rack. Yes, this is one of the most meditative ones I've heard by Wayne. He's on that whole psychic New Age guru trip here. What about you, Boo?
I like how he always picks the perfect music to go with his poems. It's not always easy to do, And then the rhyme is perfect, too. Really good. The news broke, the announcer spoke, and it was a joke. And it has his signature humor in there, And then you can start thinking, like, we have more than our parents had. Our kids have more than we had. So it does get better and better, but we bitch and complain about the shit that we don't have or what we find so difficult. And then he says, find the world where I can relate, a place where there's no room for hate. That's why I go to meditate. And then he has a picture right there of the woods outside, so he has to go somewhere in his mind to escape all the shit that, what we think is a big deal, and we make a big deal, make a bigger deal than it needs to be, really. And it says, there is great comfort in the voids of silence where we can go away from all the bad news that's thrown at us. And that's like taking time to enjoy that, watch the sunset, all that stuff, which I never do, which I should do. But all the stuff Salwa used to suggest for me to do, watch the sunset, all that. But yeah, good poem, Wayne. Sorry you couldn't stay.
Well, isn't that a Simon & Garfunkel song, The Sound of Silence? Yeah, I remember this.
I love that song.
It was remixed a little bit for Darkness on Eminem's last album, Music to Be Murdered By, which was on Stephen Paddock and the Las Vegas shootings. Horrible news.
I got two
he's
versions
considered
of that.
one of the worst mass murderers in American history.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Paddock, who shot up from the Mandalay Hotel.
Yeah.
How can it occur to someone to kill 50 people in like 2 minutes? It's just one of those things none of us all have, that kind of militant mind and understand, I think. So let's continue here with recital. Right.
On that note.
Yeah, something a little more positive maybe. So this is Jag 325 in
Lord.
When Time Started. Needing to halt time's speeding wheel, I painted a clock on new canvas. Its hands froze in mid-movement, never again to interrupt us. Yet, all around, the world was turning. Outside my windows, birds did sing, and in the closed-by village square, chapel bells chimed in loud rings. Upon the image, my brush stroked. Nothing moved across Gray Island. Life had fled from cloud-filled sky, a victim to frozen hourglass sand. As my eyes scanned over the room, it came to rest on auburn locks. Your face warm, gloomy picture, and suddenly I heard a loud tick-tock and peace. And author's note was the tick of a clock he heard or the beat of a heart in love. So this is John Gilman being whimsical, light-humored, and metaphorical. And it does remind me, if I had to choose which answer, I would say time started when you found that right person of whom you would always feel a deep connection like love. But those are just guesses, and time goes on without us. What about you, Raph? Okay,
Maybe
he dropped. Yeah, he dropped again. Remember, he's having trouble with his phone.
Keep dropping people.
What do you say to this by John Gilman?
Yeah.
Circuit boards are busy.
Sorry. Yeah, I was going to say something. I got distracted for a minute. Sorry. Yeah. My stupid screen is tripping. I have to look at it again really quick. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but my screen is stuck, sticky. Again, it's going to go back on it. Yes. This dude keeps driving me nuts. He's driving me crazy over here today. All right, I'm heading back. Who wrote this one, did you say? Oh, Jag. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. You always know it's Jag because it's in the middle and it's bold. I don't even have to look at the name. Needing to halt time's speeding wheel. It paints a clock on new canvas. If only you could do that, All around the world is turning now. No matter how much you want to stop it, you want to, say enough's enough, get off this crazy ride, however you want to word it. You can't. So then I like how he says, the image, my brush stroke, nothing moves. Comparing it to a painting on auburn locks, her face in a gloomy picture, like, whoa, this is lovey-dovey too with me. Comparing her something to ethereal, very ethereal and heavenly. Suddenly I heard a loud tick-tock. Somebody he probably only knew briefly that maybe he fell in love with and maybe he adored and admired, but they only had brief time. And then she went away, and he's still wondering where she is. Romantic. A good little brevity.
Yes, time started when I first met you. It's like one of those lines you expect from a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
Does have a real snappy beat there.
Yeah.
That sense of eternity being outside of the clock and the cog speeding.
Mm-hmm. And chapel bells chimed in loud rings. My window birds did sing, like he was so happy. He was like floating on the rainbow. Birds are chirping, the earth, everything looks fucking great. Perfect day of your life. And then boom, she goes away. Bummer.
As time goes on, to repeat another famous record.
But if you truly love, you never forget.
Well,
right.
I don't know, but what do you want to do? You want to cut this short tonight?
How many more we got?
We have maybe 3 more rights. Should we just do them real quick?
Let's just get
and
it
then
done. Let's
play
get
the
it done. We
outro
got
music?
20 minutes. We have 20 minutes. Let's get it done.
I'm with you. We're no quitters. Win or lose, stand or fall, Lloyd. That would be Steven 76's favorite movie, Stan. What Randall says to Lloyd when he's giving him the keys of the kingdom. It's a whole different story there. Did you know that who played the Little Mermaid in the Disney movie died today?
Who?
Yeah. You don't know her name?
No, do you?
Carol Nichols. Thought it said Michelle Nichols, who played Aurora from Star Trek. I don't know if both died today, but one or the other. I think it was Carol Nichols who played Ariel in The Little Mermaid. Did you like that movie when you were a kid? Anything by Disney?
I've never really liked cartoons or any of those kind of movies, like even when I was a little kid, but I'm weird. But of course I've seen Little Mermaid, everybody has. I have a daughter, Under the Sea and all that. Saw all the Disney movies, but yeah. I like Frozen better. I was going to pick, but...
Yeah, Walt Disney is related to Kevin Spacey and Matt Damon, is what I read on the internet somewhere, as well as George Burroughs, who was one of the witches hung in the Salem's witch trial in the 1600s. So, he has all kinds of relatives. And there was also a different Disney brother we don't mention who founded the same corporation. That would be Ron Disney.
Are you going to read it?
Ron. Yeah, it was both brothers who founded the Disney Corporation, but he's hardly ever credited for as much work as Walt did to make, their whole theme park and artwork extremely famous.
Walt Disney's a clock blocker.
Well, if you say so, Boo.
I was trying to make you laugh, guys.
A whole new world.
A whole new world.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm shutting up.
That was enough villain music. All right, let's go grab the next poem.
Me and you now, Raj. We can
kind of chat our way through the recital, right?
We can do it. And we talk all on the phone for hours. We can do this, no problem. Don't worry.
Let's see who else is here. I need a reader, a female reader. Do we have one of those?
That would be. I think we may have one.
Yeah.
Only one. Yeah, we got one
all
chick and one dude.
Garden Delight. A Forest Rises.
Okay.
I'm gonna paste on board right now. Yeah.
All right, my dear.
Garden Delight.
All right.
That reminds me of like
Garden
a tropical
Delight.
drink you have in the Keys. All right.
No, that does too. Garden Delights. It sounds like an entree kind of too. Like, would you like to try our Garden Delights? You know? No, I'll just take the regular garden. Okay, that's going to be extra. Anyway. Okay, so Garden Delights, a forest rises. Sleek, designed for speed. She shot across an exposed meadow, hawks parting clouds with incredible velocity. Impacted a breaker row of trees curled up. Last forward momentum unfurled. Dividing into multiples, the raptor flew on without her. The peaceful wind now reduced by sheared fragments temporarily. As she feathered through a copse of leaves, imitating rustling sounds while tinkling piano keys, soft conversations began amid quiet giggles as graceful foliage was free to move. Shedding dribbles from last night's rainstorm, runnels trickling down cinnamon bark, drops startled awake, beginning the day's odyssey within their forest mistress and poem. Ooh, that's good. That's personification. I love that. The last two lines, beginning the day's odyssey within their forest mistress. Ooh, that's really good. And of course, I love the piano keys, initiating rustling sounds while tinkering piano keys. I don't know if this is a dream, but it sounds like a beautiful dream. She's in the meadow, everything's going good. I don't know. Raptor flew on without her. I'm sure she's talking about something else too, not just that, but it seems like the hawk is involved somehow, obviously. The piano keys I like a lot. I start them awake by. I'm trying to figure out like the whole like metaphor here. Temporarily she feathered through. I don't know. What do you think, Raz? Beautiful language.
Yes, it has a sense of someone who is a kind of mystic within the realms of nature. You know, if this is not talking about transcendentalism, then there must be a different sense to the metaphor. Anyone who shows the inhibition of trying to master the elements for which they are in all of their quantum and cosmic as well as earthly forces. What do you say, Boo?
Am I anywhere near the prize?
Yeah.
Boo?
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. What? Yeah, I want to see if she's going to come. No, this is my friend. Sorry. Okay. What's that,
Raptors
Raz?
flying. That's straight out of Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay.
Does have a fantastical image, the entire idea of these forestry scenes.
Well, she personified the forest in every sense of the word, and it looks like that was the full point of the contest. So I would say success, you know?
Yeah, you know, dinosaurs are making a great comeback now, but no one's noticing their return to the planet.
Making a great comeback. Oh, shit. Are they really going to come back?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Who knows? You never know. All right.
Beep, beep, beep.
I trip out if I
Richie.
saw dinosaurs. Cheeky, cheeky. Who's next, my friend?
All right, we have Shady Poems, and after that, you can read Irish Rose, and I'm going to do my acknowledgement and end the show for the night. So let me read Shade's poem. Gonna grab it real quick. He had 2 entries, and we can only do one for you, Shade.
So here's a letter from the sky. A letter from the sky. If somehow all your plaintive pleas don't reach my ears tomorrow. If all sweet dreams you dreamt of me take shape of grief and sorrow, if somehow I'll get a crush on you and they get on their knees, and you find all pleasures false or true, but get no more of me. I wish so much you would not cry, with your nerves so pale and gray, nor to life you would say goodbye and slay yourself that way. For I wish so much to see you live, to see you smile all day, to discern the love I could not give before I went away. So fear no more these worldly sorrows, nor awful twisted words. Rather hear me calling every morrow with the blended notes of birds. Feel my touch so calm and soothing in the warmth of the summery sun, fragrant, strong, and pleasing when the frantic day is done. And remember one day far from crowds where the blue sky meets the land. I'll be waiting for you, all unbowed, to greet and kiss your hands. And peace.
Yes, it says here the subgenre was love, loss, and nostalgia. And I guess it's reflecting on the passage of someone beloved or dear who has moved on to the other side and has crossed over to heaven, which is why this radio show is classified to the art of poetry to also be an act of family and faith. And so that message is definitely clear on awaiting the time of these unknown reunions of which souls are wandering. Thus, we are told of myth and legend and what is popularly believed to be of an afterlife where all will be with one again as it had been before our births. What do you think of this, Boo?
This is the second piece in a row in 2 nights I've seen from this dude, and both of them have been amazing. He's a pretty good poet. I don't know if he's new or I haven't seen him before, but if somehow all get a crush on you and they get on their knees and find all pleasures false or true, but get no more from me. Oh, I like that. Wish so much you would not cry. Yeah, this is sort of, to me, I see like him feeling sorry for somebody else. He's not even talking about himself. You know, he wants to see this person be happy, or this person is gone and he wants to see him be happy. Either way. So, I don't know if he's talking about death or just somebody he misses. So I guess he's talking about somebody who says, I wish to see you live, to see you smile. Don't we all, for the ones that are gone away, for the worldly sorrows. You know, if you really love somebody, you put them before yourself and you want them to be happy. And that's unselfish love, which many people don't know the meaning of, sadly. But I think this is, you know, written with heart and soul, and everybody can relate, and he's really good. I like his writing so far. I haven't seen a bad poem yet, so keep up the good work.
Shattuck, yeah, she's an excellent writer. Everything he's presented so far for the show has been quality material works, near masterpieces. That gives us what we have left in the folder, Irish Rose. It's unfortunate that she hung up the phone before being able to recite. So I'm going to have to give the honors over to you to read her poem. Boo.
Okie doke. Yeah, sorry we didn't get to hear you read it, Rose, but I'll think it over there. So this is, I think I might need to refresh.
Yes, it's 5 a.m. and 83 degrees. Okay. No damp, no cool, no dew, no breeze.
No breeze. Oh, look at that picture. Okay. Please play while reading. It says. Okay, I don't think we could do that. I didn't see that. A red dawn rises over angry mountains grim. Birds have lost their song, taken by billowing smoke upon fiery winds. Talking heads now cleverly speak in deep planted words of Western apologies. Burning thoughts of dreadful stress blatantly burned across some digital TV. Like spider food, we're trapped in their webs, wound and bound, invisible greedy cords and sticky steel threads. Black pavement bubbles, buckling concrete weeps, people choke on crescent clouds maliciously released onto the blazing particulate August breeze. It's 5 a.m. in mid-30s, 83 degrees, no damp, no cold, no dew, no breeze. The burning dome smiles sadistically, smothering handmen and creating created things. The winds of life now carry our names, flowing round an earth caught in malevolent change, filled with violent words, flaring, raging, and destructive shame. Drenches defiantly dance, banshees laugh in glee, raining pain, crushing crops, flooding towns and homes, erasing names and memories. The red sun sets but brings no relief. Fires lay waste, great hurricanes start. Scream, the earth convulses and groans, heavy by degrees, burying all thoughts of a lost normalcy. End poem. Oh, that's good. It's happening now. Today it's 106 here. There are no normalcy here. Our reservoirs are drying up, crops are dying, and California's great valleys and our forests are burning, and the inland vineyards are pretty much raisins hanging in crumbling vines. Wow. The assault of climate change. Oh, I like how she calls it assault. Yeah, this is true. This is a bitch slap of reality, right? You know, and this is what's going on. We know it. We see it. Scientists see it. The proof is there. What are we doing about it? Who knows? I don't even know. But I hope something, but apparently not fast enough. But the rhyme is so good here. It's very subtle, but it's very powerful and meaningful. Like spider food, we're trapped in their webs, round and bound. I like the inner rhyme there. And this is, a bitch slap of truth and reality that we need to hear, apparently. Well done, Rose.
Yeah, it's true. There's been hardly any talk of climate change with all the wildfires that keep on going on and the natural disasters and extreme levels of weather the last couple of years, which does lead one down that rabbit hole of suspicion. Why is there no talk of global warming? Why is that really not an issue anymore? That we start seeing, all this commotious behavior going on with our planet. So I guess that point has been emphasized with this piece by Irish Rose, and it seems that the summers are only going to keep on getting more hot. They break new temperatures every upcoming year now. You have days and places over 120 degrees, where once it had been beneath that average by a considerable amount. So there's much speculation to be made of where she's going with this idea of 5 a.m. and 83 degrees. Well, I guess we're finally at the end of the show, Boo.
I'm here. Raz, do you want to read another one of yours? One that I guess?